Welcome to the TLN Micro PD series. My name is Daniel. This series is designed to provide educators with skills in using various digital tools. This short video will help you integrate digital technology into your classroom and assist with remote learning opportunities. Keep watching as I outline some information about live versus on-demand learning activities. Deciding whether a live or an on-demand environment requires a few questions to be asked. So I'm going to talk about some of the considerations that I've found useful when trying to work out which method to use to engage with other people and students. One of the questions that we need to ask are whether activities and learning is going to be a teacher-led or a parent-led exercise. So is it instruction coming straight from the teacher, or is it the production of work that will be supervised by a parent or caregiver? Are students being asked to work independently, or are they going to require intervention from an adult to help them complete the work? Is it something they can do on their own, or do they require help to do it? Is the teacher giving the instructions and facilitating that, or is work provided where someone else has to explain what's happening and guide students? What sort of interaction are you looking for to say that this has been a successful activity? So if you think about your success criteria, what interaction makes it a successful endeavor? What are you hoping is demonstrated at the end of the activity? And what are you hoping students get out of it? And of course, what level of social interaction and connectedness are you hoping to encourage or facilitate by asking students to engage in an activity? So if you're looking at a live environment, some of the benefits for being in a live environment are that you can have real-time discussions, and like a phone call, you can collaborate immediately on things, activities, discussions, learning. Teachers are able to give verbal responses. Students can also give verbal interaction with each other, feedback to the teacher. It can all happen verbally in the moment, and it can provide that connectedness to keep those relationships and build the rapport where it's otherwise lacking when engaging in remote learning activities. Some of the downsides to asking for a live interaction remotely is that it is restricted by time. So if things are being done in accordance with the school day, that's a reasonable thing to expect that students would be available at certain times to join live. But if 10 o'clock is when something happens, everyone has to be on at 10 o'clock. So if there are technical issues, whatever issues may come up that prevent someone being able to get onto a computer at that specific time, then it may mean that they miss out on that particular activity. Maintaining attention can be challenging in a live environment, particularly if there are a large number of people all trying to join in at once. On a traditional phone call, conference call, if multiple people talk, individual voices can still kind of be made out. But in an online environment, the software that computers use often only allow a single person's voice to carry through to the rest of the group at a time, which means lots of people miss out on actually being heard. So if there are large numbers of people gathered in an online space, actually maintaining their attention and giving them the opportunity to be heard can be a challenge. And of course, the technical limitations, how many people can join an online space at one time? Does everyone have the technology? Is the internet connection good enough to maintain a good enough connection to the online space to ensure that there's no dropouts and things like that? If we compare that to the on-demand provision, there are some benefits to that as well. Students can work through at their own pace. They're not restricted by time. They can do things as they see fit, as they get to it. They can revisit content as much as they want. So on demand often means it's recorded. So you can replay and replay and replay video to get the information that you're trying to find. Teachers are able to record responses in a written format. So there's no need to remember the feedback. It's there to be, it's written in the on-demand space and can be referred back to and revisited as needed. And it provides a social connectedness through the collaboration. It's not immediate connectedness, but just like with sending messages through social media and through other technologies, there is still social connectedness through this format. One of the challenges with something like that, though, is that the space needs to be moderated because if there's inappropriate interaction and social connectedness, that's something that needs to be monitored and moderated and dealt with in a different way to if you're having conversations live. There are challenges to that social connectedness too, because it can take more time to get the feedback and to leave responses and find and read responses. So it's not the immediate connection. It is connectedness, but it's a different type of connection that requires a different type of engagement. Managing an on-demand space requires a certain amount of preparation. So making it an additional thing just increases workload. So the preparation required means that you need to move something away from a different way of doing it to do it in this online remote space. But once it's done, it's there as a resource. And if it's done with good planning, then it can be a resource that you come back to over and over. But that preparation, that thinking needs to be done before setting it up, unlike a live session where one can naturally change the direction of discussion and things in the moment based on immediate feedback. There can be challenges with maintaining focus in an on-demand environment because we're not able to directly monitor the connection. But over a longer period of time, focus can be redirected and monitored because there is evidence that shows whether or not the focus is there. And of course, the wait for feedback makes that more challenging to stay on top of. So it requires a rethinking of the activities. In summary, I want to say the main thing I think needs to be thought about is what is the purpose of an activity? Are you trying to produce work? Are you trying to produce interaction between students? Are you trying to gain understanding, or are you trying to deliver content or knowledge? Deciding that at the start will help decide, should this be a video that people can watch at their own place or a discussion in a live environment where everyone can contribute? Have a think about what you're trying to work towards, because that will help decide which method is going to help you get there more effectively and give students the ability to complete work and stay engaged and motivated. Thank you for taking the time to watch this micro PD with the TLN. This is part of an on-demand course. For more information about how this applies to online and remote learning, log into the TLN member portal, locate this session in the online training catalogue.
Completing TLN courses like this can contribute to a TLN endorsement of learning, which can be highlighted in your professional learning portfolios, email signatures, and workplace achievements. If you would like more information about how the TLN can help you, please visit our website at www.tln.org.au and explore how the TLN can meet yours, your school, and early childhood centre's professional development needs. Keep an eye out for more videos like this by subscribing to our channel. Until next time, bye for now.